Hey everyone, how's it going? So, this is actually crazy. I was so confused as to why, when he just said go, his dog reacted the way it did. Let's
Of
look at this.
all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason
Dog is very hesitant to step off, slowly goes down,
as to why America
steps off a bit.
Kaya, please.
Look at that. She just steps down, looks around, and he's like, Kaya, please. Now, I want you to watch his arm right behind me here. This right here, watch.
Just fucking go.
He's not even addressing her directly, not making eye contact. Dogs don't normally just come up from, like, lack of eye contact and all. It's just kind of odd. Or at least, like, I don't know. It's a very strange position, but he moves his right hand here, and the dog yelps and jumps up as soon as, brings that one leg up. Look at that leg. That dog knows it's not supposed to come off that bed. Why wouldn't any other leg come up? That's crazy, right?
Stop.
Dude, he straight up shocked that dog. He straight up shocked that dog. Like right now, if I'm talking to you guys, right? And I say, Bishop, come. Nothing happens. But watch this. Bishop. Bishop, come. Oh, you got to bring that with you? You got to bring that with you? Okay, fine. He's got to bring it with him. He's got to bring it with him, doesn't he? Okay, give me that toy. Is this what you wanted? Did you want the bone? Okay, you go get that bone. Okay. So, sorry about my microphone. Anyway, guys, long story short, dogs follow commands a lot better whenever you make eye contact with them. If I'm looking right here, now, if I really got serious with what I said and said his name loudly and said come, then he probably would. But he was laying down over there, and he will come on the first call every time, especially when I make eye contact with him. He knows I'm talking to him. How did I train my dog? Well, it's very simple. I have a German Shepherd, so it's a little bit easier than the type of dog that Hasan's dealing with, right? And let me just explain. The method you want to use for dogs who are very human-obsessed, okay? Two types of dogs, really. Human-obsessed, food-obsessed. Human-obsessed, you want to use treats. Very simple. Now, the hardest part is getting the dog to understand what it is you want them to do. You really got to be good at figuring out how to explain to your dog, essentially, I want you to sit, I want you to stay, I want you to roll over. Things like that. It's hard to articulate it, but once your dog gets it, once a dog like a German Shepherd gets it, then you start giving them the treats for doing it over and over again, and it only takes like 3 or 4 times. It's crazy. It's crazy how easy it is to train a German Shepherd. Like, unbelievably. Same with Dobermans. Same with Border Collie, Poodles, dogs like that. It's very easy to train those dogs via the treat method because they're very people-obsessed. They want to please their owner. So it's just then getting them and getting a dog to roll. I still haven't even got my dog to roll over because he'll get on his back, and I'll go to push him over, and immediately he starts trying to play, bite, all that good stuff, and he thinks I'm joking around with him. So it's hard to articulate that, but I do have my dog locked on staying. He will stay wherever I tell him to stay. He will come whenever I tell him to come. He will, he'll play fetch. I mean, there's all sorts of different things. He doesn't even need a leash. He'll stay right on my hip. He won't go after anybody. I can let him right out in my front yard. I tell him to not go anywhere. He won't go anywhere. And it's that trust that you build up with your dog, and it's the fact that he knows what you are saying. They will listen because they want to please their master. All times. It's very simple. Now, he's a 100-pound German Shepherd. You always have to have the caution that just because he doesn't necessarily have to have a leash doesn't mean something can't happen. So you always got to be careful. Probably better to just keep him on a leash, right? Now, the shock collar is a good training tool. It genuinely is. It is for the food-obsessed dogs. Because the problem with food-obsessed dogs is when you give them food, they stop paying attention to the trick or the command, and they want more food. However, I think it should be required that people have to take a class before they can have a shock collar. Because shock collars have settings 1 through 10. You always start with 1. Your dog will not feel 1, more than likely. You never know. Some dogs are sensitive. Your dog's not going to feel 1 more than likely. You start there You do it a couple times with commands. If nothing happens, then you crank it up to 2. Then you go to 3. When the dog starts feeling slightly uncomfortable, that's where you want to be. You go up any higher than that, you're actually just hurting your dog. It's not really okay. Now, if your dog's off after something, someone's pet, someone's anything like that, that's a moment you crank up to 10. Because, well, the last thing you really want to do is try to get your hand in between a dog that's trying to attack someone, right? Not a good idea, because your own dog will bite your hand, not realizing it's you. They won't want to necessarily do that, but they're not going to pay attention. So yes, there are definitely reasons why you would want to use one. Oh my God, though, to shock your dog to get it back on your bed? You are insane. You are a cruel, sick human being. Like, shock collars are genuinely reserved for the dogs that do not listen at all, or dogs that are genuinely misbehaving and are violent and stuff. So, it's one of those things to where you need to know what they're for. It's kind of like those pokey collars. You know, the ones that you pull and the spikes will go into the dog's neck and stuff? Those, I see people put them on their pit bulls all the time. Guys, your pit bull is missing a whole layer of, like, fur. Those collars are, like, reserved for, like, German Shepherds, Tibetan Mastiffs, stuff like that. Like, that dog could have one of those spike collars. It ain't gonna feel it. You could pull really, really hard. That dog's not gonna feel it nearly as much. It's so well protected. It's for making those type dogs uncomfortable. Putting those on your pit bull, oh man, it makes me so mad when I see those on pit bulls. Because it takes only one time of accidentally going a little too far, and you got a vet bill on your hands. Those dogs can't handle those collars. They weren't made for those breed of dogs. But people don't know it. They go and they buy it, and then they slap it on there. I don't think we're doing necessarily a good enough job as society of letting people know this type of stuff. But all in all, Hasan Piker can afford an actual trainer. And I'm willing to bet that those trainers were like, we can't train your dog to stay there all day long. Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? I'm not for sure. I don't know if that happened, but he could certainly afford a trainer. Why has he got a shock collar around this dog? Why is he shocking that dog to stay on that bed? That's insane.
Jesus Christ. What are you doing? You're being such a baby. It's just...
Such a baby with a...
You're
with
making
a
her
shock
stressed. She just literally is so incredibly spoiled from my mom. No, she doesn't want to come over here to see what's up. She just wants to fucking roam the house because she got the...
Oh, what a poor dog. Can't roam the house? Wow. Why?
Roam the house when I was gone. And she
Will it
needs
get lost
to
in one of the
literally
many
have the same
mansions or
structured,
many rooms in your mansion?
regimented...
Like, that's just wild, dude. Just wild. All these chats here saying, you know, my dog's the same. There's other chats in here that are saying free Kaya. Kaya, dogs can feel your vibes. Oh, yeah, it felt the vibe.
I think that clip
Apologize
went to
Kaya.
Trump's big baby desk immediately. I hate everything. I hate everything.
We know you hate everything, Hasan. We are super duper aware of that. Let's see what Ethan has to say about this.
Many of you guys know that I'm a dog lover, and there are a few things that horrify me more than people that abuse their animals. These are precious creatures that need us and depend on us, and abusing that trust is such a horrible crime.
By the way, guys, link in the description below to my Discord if you want to see multiple videos uploaded and stuff, because YouTube doesn't notify. Just great. Like, subscribe, and share all those good things. Please definitely share this out with any of your friends. That would help out a lot. I just want to see how much I can grow based on people's word of mouth to their actual, like, you know, in their personal lives.
A clip of Hasan Piker is going viral right now of him shocking his dog Kaya for taking one step off of her mat. Let's take a look.
Such a first world problem. But it is emblematic of all of America's much more consequential
So we've already seen all this, and you could just see, like, he's definitely got a controller down there. It's weird that his hand moved over. It's not even the mouse hand, because the mouse hand is this hand right here. This is that hand he's using to control his mouse with. So whatever he reaches here with his left hand, okay, shocked Kaya.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a baby.
Who's this young, energetic puppy, stayed in 1 square foot of Hasan's room, right in sight of camera, almost like just a prop in his room. Well, now we know why. He's using extreme austerity measures to shock and abuse his animal and then blaming her, getting mad at her for him hurting her. There's further evidence from a recent broadcast.
And now it's mainstream. I love her. I think her collar's too tight.
Well, it's here we can.
You have to be able to get 2 fingers, and I couldn't even get one. I think you're choking her.
She's like, it's a lot of neck meat.
This woman on Hasan's
Wow. He started trying to explain what the collar was too, and he stopped short. I wonder why.
stream was concerned enough that, she
Kinda
had to say
strange.
something live. I'm sure that was the last thing she wanted to do, was humiliate him on his own stream. But she was that worried. She couldn't even fit a single finger under her collar. And you get the sense that he was about to say it's a shock collar.
Yeah, you do. But even so, you still need to, there's the shock probes on a shock collar are the way they are for a reason. They're very long. It's so you can get the collar tight, get 2 fingers under that collar, and the probes will still make contact. If you get them too tight, I have seen what happens. Your dog will start opening up a festering wound underneath on those prongs. It'll just start doing that, and it will open up a wound really, really, really quickly. I have seen people's dogs like that. And I have mentioned that to people before. I said, hey, do you see what's going on here? Oh, yeah, I'll probably have to adjust it and put it on another edge. I'm like, no, your shock collar's too tight. Way too tight. There are proximity shock collars that exist as well. You can adjust the setting on the little box that you have in your house. You run wires around your fence. If your dog's a really, big digger and stuff like that, gets out of the fence a lot, you can run what's called an invisible fence. And these collars are remotely hooked up to where if they get too close to the line, it'll pop them, and they back off a bit. People like to leave those collars on a little too long and not check them. Sometimes collars can work themselves in tighter as well. You don't want to just leave the collars on all day. Dogs dig, they scratch, they do things, they can start tightening their own collar without realizing it. You just got to check. You know what I mean? So there's many, many different things to worry about. I bet there are people that are watching this right now that probably have an invisible fence set up, who probably have never checked on their collars on their dogs, and they're probably going, oh, I didn't know that. And they'll run out and check. I'm sure they'll feel bad and fix that, which is fine. It's fine to have those setups. You just got to know what you're doing. But what Hasan is doing is intentional. And that's what's terrifying about it.
He says, it's and then he doesn't finish the sentence.
Right,
As
that's
I'm
exactly.
sure Hasan will try to deny using a shock collar. Here's a clip of him admitting he owns one.
Oh, okay.
My old roommate wanted to use a shock collar for fish and his dogs. For fish and his dogs barking. I couldn't do it. I have it still. I bought it.
With all that evidence and more coming out, it's pretty hard to deny that Hasan has been abusing his dog for the absolutely vain project of just sitting there in frame for 9 hours straight every day.
I mean, it is wild. It's absolutely disgusting. As y'all saw, my dog, he's over there. He's chilling. I don't show him on stream often. He shows himself on stream. I start having to let him out during... So a lot of you guys probably been in my stream. I have to go and let him out. I get a little annoyed. I only get annoyed whenever he jumps up without me seeing, though, and slaps my keyboard. I'm like, bro, you can't jump up on here. But he still does it. He doesn't have a fear, per se. I gotta work with him a little better. I do. There's some things I gotta work with my dog a little better, and I gotta figure out how to keep him from jumping up on a desk. He doesn't like it when I use the word no. I found out. But if I say anything else... He actually won't, and I wonder if it's my wife, because my wife goes, no, does the whole, thing that she does with the kids, like the no, and it drives me nuts. I hate the no-nos, because it sounds, like you're talking to a kid, but I guess we are talking to kids. I don't know. I don't use the kid talky voice. Of course, why wouldn't a wife use a kid talky voice to their kids? That's just, they're different. I just kind of talk to them straight on. I'm like, hey, don't do that. Quit it, But anyway, I do that with my dog, too, but it's always funny because I'm like, no, finally, and then he'll go, and he'll get down, and I'm like, no freaking way. So I guess maybe I should be doing that. He, getting him to look guilty because I caught him dragging a trash bag out this morning, so it's funny. I don't even have to get onto him at all. He'll just straight up look at me and bow down, and I'm like, yeah, you knew, and I go and lock him in his box for a little bit. He don't like that. He doesn't like being in his box. So I don't keep him in his box often. It's a good little timeout for him. But at the end of the day, you know, you don't do that to your dog. You don't severely punish them for small things like that. A shock collar is for very specific reasons. Aggressive dog. Dogs who do not listen at all when you're trying to train them. Food-obsessed dogs. There are levels of which you also must have that collar at. You don't want to go full force. You don't want to do that. That's crazy. Now, of course, going through his stuff here. Horrifying animal cruelty caught on camera by Hasan as he activates her shock collar for one tiny step off her bed. Cries in pain. I mean, it's just so disgusting. Old clip. Let's see. Anissa Jomha goes in. I think she starts defending him because she really, really wants to get with Hasan. She goes, I'm a big dog advocate. Love training dogs with positive reinforcement, as you could tell with Merlin and Fiona on Ian streams. I've met Kaya. I saw Kaya while Hasan was streaming. She never had a shock collar on. You don't know that, first of all. You probably didn't hardly mess with that dog, and you've seen her, like, what, once or twice in your life? Are you kidding me? And maybe he took it off right before they showed up. Who knows? That's such a dumb statement. You don't know. She was good at her place command, but that's very easily accomplished with positive reinforcement. I would be very, very surprised if this was actually Kaya reacting to a shock collar. The only time I've ever seen a trainer do the place command is with a shock collar, by the way. Maybe there's other ways to do it, but that's the only time I have ever seen a place command. When you point at something and say place, and they place, I've only seen it done professionally with a shock collar. I've never been able to get place to work, even for my dog over here with treats. So I haven't tried the place command with him. I have only seen it done with the shock collar, believe it or not. That is an absolute fact. Now, that could be nuance. I'm not saying that that is fact. I'm just saying I have personally only seen it used with a shock collar. And then down here. Just because Ethan's a horrible dog owner and can't train his dogs worth S doesn't mean other people are using shock collars. This is such a disgusting comment from Ian's wife. Ian's husband, I guess I should say. So, I mean, it's pretty crazy. You know, if you loved your dogs, you would teach them to stop S-ing in the house. Really? That's crazy. If you loved your husband, you would train him to stop crapping his pants. Yeah, that's great. Anyway, is there anything else that has come up? Okay, so she's got some inside lore. Here we go. So this is something interesting that I want to show before I end this video. It shows his dog right here with this. How did he get this picture? I'd like to know where it's from. But it shows, who cares what brand it is? There's so many different kinds. Does it really matter? This should be, I mean, for Hasan, this better be the best. Like, why is it not a 5-star rated, like, $500 color? You know? Just a coincidence. Oh, here we go. Here's something. So, this looks like it was taken. Oh, what the heck? Did this go to a different thing? What the heck? Okay, this looks like it was taken from his actual video. So can you see that there? I would like to see more evidence and stuff, you know. So he's able to find, I mean, look, they all look the same. It's really hard to pinpoint one, so why is he doing that? Imagine for 1 second if it was Ethan on stream. We actually don't have to imagine. We know how y'all reacted to the Giardia lie, which was completely manufactured by Bad Empanada. You don't have a leg to stand on here. Yeah. And, I mean, it is like, look, reaching for something while telling her to get back in place. Now, maybe it's not a shock collar. Maybe he's got something else. Maybe he has some sort of thing that the dog saw that was very, very, very afraid of. I don't know. But look at this. No wonder this psychopath is defending Hasan and calling me a bad dog owner based on nothing. So this was some sort of status that she posted. I don't know where at. Looks like it could be a comment on Instagram. I don't know. A Rottweiler broke a window and jumped outside while we were filming something. When we came home and realized what had happened, it was the scariest 10 minutes of our life. Thankfully, though, somebody put her in our backyard. Very, very relieved to know someone wasn't scared to approach her. And, geez, a Rottweiler, and it went through your window? I've never had that happen with a dog before. That's insane. You could tell she's terrified of him. People will look... Oh, wait. Here we go. Let's see what he has to say here. People will look the other way on a lot of S, but don't F with dogs. They're gonna come for you. Watch out, Hasan, you vain POS. He's treating his dog Kaya like she's a prop on the set who's supposed to lay still for 8 hours until he's done with his stream. She moves and he effing shocks her on camera for everyone to see. Imagine what he's doing to that poor dog when the camera is off. Well, we'll have to see what happens here. Here's, yeah, all of his, this is her defending Ian, and then this is her defending Hasan. That's amazingly hilarious. I love it. I absolutely love it. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section below, though. Definitely like, subscribe, and share. Share this with your friends. Have your friends share it out. Let's see how far we can get this video out there. And definitely go to my Discord and let's have some conversations, guys. I'll be live streaming probably tomorrow night. Probably tomorrow night. And if you guys could give me some suggestions on what to watch during the live stream, I'd greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.